wabarakatuh. The Honorable Thesis Advisor and Examiner. My name is Alief Satria from Lambung Mangkurat University, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, batch 2017. Today, I will present the thesis about the use of English comics to improve students' ability in story retelling. The case of 8-year students of SMPN 1 Bojong Pekalongan. Chapter 1. Introduction. There will be 4 main ideas in this chapter. First, background of the study. The writers want to discuss one of many problems connected with English learning. English learning problems can take place both at home and at school. The teacher and the students are different, and therefore, we might find different motivation for learning as well. Reason for choosing the topic. First, comic is a light and easy to understand reading material. It has picture and contains a conversation in bubbles of speech. The vocabulary used there can be inferred from the both picture and the context. So, the student do not waste their time to look up the meaning to difficult words in a dictionary. Second, the sentence structures which are used in comics are simple. They enable students to understand what the sentence means. Objective of the study. The objectives of the study can be stated as follows. First, to find out whether there is any significance difference in the improvement of students' mastery in storytelling using comics and without using comics. Second, to identify the effectiveness of English comics as a medium of teaching storytelling. Significance of the study. The result of the study can contribute some benefits to students and teachers. Here are some benefits. First, for the students. It may motivate students to improve their interest in learning English since they will find out that speaking, especially storytelling, not always difficult to learn. Their improvement of interest in learning English will help them master English well. Second, the benefit for teachers. The research findings are expected to be used as consideration in teaching storytelling in classroom. Next, we are entering the chapter 2. There will be 4 main ideas in this chapter. First, what is the definition of comics? Comics are an art from using a series of static images in fixed sequence. Written text is often incorporated. The 2 most common forms of comics are comic strips, which appear in newspaper, and comic books, also popularly called manga when referring to Japanese comic books. Comic strips are serial comics that are published in a newspaper, whereas comics are a collection of stories that have pictures and consist of one or more title and theme. The use of comic in teaching. A teacher may use the potential of comic in motivating the students. The main role of comic book in teaching is its strength in motivating the students' interest. It is better to combine the use of comic with a particular method of teaching. So, the use of comic as a medium of teaching will be more effective. A teacher should help the student to find a good and enjoyable comic which is appropriate to the way the student thinks and the student's age. Also, a teacher should help them get broad information and knowledge from the comic. Next, application of comics as stimuli to retell story fluently. As the person who manages the classroom activity, a teacher may use comics as a media to meet a specific instructional need. Through comics as a medium, the teacher can motivate the students to learn story retelling in more enjoyable and interesting ways. Next is experimental research. An experimental research tries to observe the cause and effect relations. Comparing one or more experimental groups who get a treatment with one or more control groups who do not get any treatment is the way to conduct experimental research. Chapter 3. In this chapter, we find 5 focus on the method of the study. First, we talk about subjects of the study. The population of the study was the 8th-year students of SMN 1 Bojong Pekalongan in the academic year of 2006-2007. The total number of the population was 308 students divided into 7 classes. It means that each class had 44 students. The reason for choosing the 8th-year student was because there was an English-speaking extracurricular activity. Research design. In this research, the writer used through experimental design, especially the pre-test, post-test equivalent group design. This design is one of the most effective in minimizing the threats to experimental validity. Pre-tests are administered before the application of experimental and control treatments, and post-tests at the end of the treatment period. Gain score may be compared and subjected to a test of significance of the difference between two means. Condition of the test. The writer used empirical validity since this research deals with statistical to calculate the empirical validity of each item. The writer used Pearson product moment proposed by Arikunto. Scoring system. In this study, the writer gave oral tests to give the students and analyze their scores to measure the improvement and gave scores on pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. Method of data analysis. After collecting the data, the writer analyzed them by using statistical analysis. The writer transcribed the students' oral test on paper and then she scored the result of oral test. The differentiate whether the students' results of speaking English using comic and without using comic is significant. I think that's all from me. My name is Alief Nordias Satria. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.